Hey, this is Louis D. Fresh, bringing it to you on a Sunday afternoon. I hope you're doing well. This will air today, Sunday, September 29th, 2024. As I mentioned in my preview, I did consolidate my fish tanks that are outside. I kept the turtle tank, which you saw, which will hopefully in the winter of 2025 we'll get a mini pond, an actual pond. And the other one with the silver dollars, the roseline sharks, and what have you. Those are still the same. But let me tell you the story behind this. I initially was going to replace that tank with this tank that I'm going to show you, but it stopped leaking, and that's thanks to Carolyn and you know for sealing it up. And she had already purchased this tank through Andy, who also works at the neighborhood fish farm. Shout out to the neighborhood fish farm, Carolyn and Andy. And Andy had bought this tank already. And I said, you know what? I have 4 tanks, a 20 long, which you've seen the black mollies, the wagtail platies, the red ones, in a 10-gallon tank. I had some least killifish. Most of those didn't make it through this change, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. And some Endler guppies and some common guppies, and then I got a couple other guppies. But that's the reasoning why we have this tank. I wasn't gonna do that, but I figured I didn't want to be that guy and have, oh, they already bought this tank and, well, tough, you know, my tank is not working. So I said, you know what, let me make this easier on them and easier on me. And so we consolidated all 4 fish tanks. It was a 20, that's 40, and a 10, that's 50, plus another 10, that's 60, into a 75-gallon. And this is what she looks like right now. I have this Buddha in front of it. I'm gonna move it in a second. But that was Carolyn's idea, actually. It's on the floor. As you see, it's on the floor. And I like the Buddha. We got these concrete slabs. Andy kind of put them together, and they do look nice. Let me move the Buddha a second, but I kind of like the Buddha there. All right, so here is the finished product. What we have here going on, as you said, I mentioned the black mollies and the red wagtail platies, and you'll see some of the guppies that are there. There's a few of the least killifish, but the reason why they died off, and a few, I can't lie, a good number, I don't know what the actual number was, but a good number actually died off on me. Why? Because if you look, we're gonna look together, straight up, it is the sky, and so therefore we will get rain right on top of this. And I had not realized that the rain water is more acid. And with that said, these fish are more hard water, in other words, more alkaline water. And they did. Some of them really did die off, and I was very concerned because I had the plants. And I said, well, you know, I don't know what's going on. I got these plants. I got a nice filter, courtesy of Andy. Thank you, Andy. And I wasn't sure. And I tested the pH, and it was low. It was in the 6.5 or so area, which is more acid. If you look back on my archives, you'll see that anywhere like 6.0 lower, you know, is acid. And in essence, I was burning their gills, as it were. So what I did is I added some crushed coral. You see some crushed coral. That's the white substance that you see there. That's the crushed coral, and that made the water much more alkaline. More on this, it's closer to between 7.5 and 8.0, and that is really good for these type of fish. I did add some aquarium salt to add some more minerals to it, and I just did a water change. I changed the filters cartridges yesterday, and I changed the water just now. Surprisingly, I thought it would be more cloudy, but it really has held up very well. And I'm very, very proud of what I see. The main thing, this is a live bearer tank, so I have a lot of hiding spots for the babies. You see a lot of this hornwort is phenomenal for the babies. You'll see, hopefully I'll catch a couple here in the video. I'm not sure if you'll see any. I don't want to get up. I just want you to see, right? And in here, there's a couple of babies right there. They'll hide out in here because it's harder for the adults to see it. I spread out the hornwort more. There's some Java ferns, some Anubias. I got a bunch of, what do you call that stuff? The driftwood. There's some driftwood going on here. The only thing that I bought was this piece of driftwood from a pet supermarket to fill in that gap right there. But other than that, all these plants literally I had in my other 4 fish tanks. So I put them all together. So it is truly a consolidated fish tank. And see how happy they really are. It really took a little bit to realize that the water was too hard. And now that they're better, they're swimming around, they're more active. Even after a water change, sometimes fish are not always that active after a water change. So I'm very pleased. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Andy. You guys did really do an amazing job on the fish tank. Really, 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 really. I really give you lots and lots and lots of credit. So let's enjoy it for a minute, and we'll call it a day. This is Louis D.